Hi, my name is Missy. We're going to do a pick a card. I think we're going to do Love Me, Love Me Not pick a card. So these are going to be romantic readings. I don't know why. I've really been felt like kind of pushed to, not really pushed, but called to, I felt like Spirit was pushing me to do these romantic readings, but it could be because of the astrology. But yeah, give me a second. So I'm going to use the same deck of focus cards that we used for the last episode of this reading. Now, I'm not going to be shuffling on camera because my camera setup sits on top of the table. And so every time I bump the table, interesting, I think this is the same card, one of the same cards we had last week. But give me 1 second. This is going to be group one. So anyway, my camera setup sits on top of the table, and I just don't want to shake it because in editing it's kind of annoying. So I'm not sure if we're going to get 2 or 3 groups this week. I feel like I need to. We have number 2 here. I feel like I need to do. There's number 3. Like I need to do this Love Me, Love Me Not every week. So as of right now, I'm going to try to make sure I keep to that schedule. Okay, and there's number 4. All right. So we have our 4 groups. Give me 1 second to get them situated. Oh, so this is the 8 of Wands. Oh, that's right. It's not 1 or 2. Come on. Oh, it's not wanting to focus. I apologize for that. Okay, so we have. Oh God, I can't even read what that says. Oh, the Queen of Regret is group number 2. And the 7 of Cups is going to be group number 3. Oh, let me show you a close-up. So this is the 7 of Cups. And this is the Queen of Regrets. And for group number 1, oh, we have the Lovers for group number 1. Interesting, that's one of the cards that we had last week. All right, so we're going to leave that here for our thumbnail. Give me 1 second to get it situated to make it look good. Hello, group 1. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. Well, immediately we're starting off with we're starting off hard. Karma by Alicia Keys, and especially with this particular card. We did have this card last week, and I had the same impression last week that I have this week. I will have the same impression, I'm sure, every time I see this particular card. This, to me, speaks of a relationship that is either ended, is dead, dying, or over. One person obviously does not want to let go, though, or I don't know, something. And then when you have this song playing in the background, sounds like maybe someone thought they wanted to like have something else and now they're coming back and you're kind of over it. I don't know. Hold on. Let's get some more cards. I had to drink a little bit of coffee. Let's get some crystal cards to see what is the general overall energy of the reading. Okay, there we go. We got one. Turquoise. So it's obviously about a conversation that needs to be had. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. All right, now we have lavender aragonite. Interesting. Oh, okay, I'm feeling like this one's taken me to a whole other level. I gotta be honest with you, it's weird because like with all of this up until we got to right here, I was like, ooh, okay, this is kind of pretty cut and dry. Like somebody is trying to come back, possibly a masculine. And the only reason that I say that is because the 3 cards on the bottom of the deck, which are garnet, which is a very masculine crystal, Shivalingam, which is obviously a masculine crystal, even kind of looks masculine, if you understand my meaning, and then citrine, which is another masculine crystal. So obviously there's a masculine who thought they were going to find something better with somebody else, and now here they are. They're like, oh my God, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. And here's the thing. Like, if you listen to the lyrics of the song, she's like, fuck you, right? But then, boom, we get lavender aragonite. And this lavender aragonite is giving me the sense of, oh, God, like a spiritual connection. I don't know. God, I hate that I'm saying this. I hate that I'm getting ready to even say anything about twin flames because, like, again, if you know me, you know that I don't really subscribe to the twin flame theory per se. I think it's, I don't know, there's just things about it that are kind of problematic for me. I also, look, I don't really want to get into like politics, but like I personally think that if you're going to do a true twin flame journey, it's more about getting in touch with and in balance with yourself and getting healthy, reuniting with yourself, the parts of yourself that you've lost, right? So again, as I'm explaining that, I very much hesitate to say what I'm feeling, which is a very spiritual connection. It's one of the things that I hate about what people describe to be this twin flame connection, because it's this idea that there's this telepathic communication, like you can feel the person all around you. And that's like one of the things that they say. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I have had, I kind of understand. Look, the reason that I even know anything about this twin flame journey is because I had my own questions, my own curiosities, because of things that were happening to me that I have since learned are bullshit. It was more about me, like I said, getting in touch with myself and reconnecting with myself and doing shadow work with myself. So this is part of the reason that I kind of feel like this whole twin flame thing is bullshit. I'm so sorry for those people who believe in it. Please don't hate me. Please don't tune off just because I don't believe in it. I'm saying I feel like there's something about it coming through in this reading, even though I don't like having to give that message because I don't agree with it. So whatever, take it however it resonates for you. We have the song. Hold on. I don't think I've ever heard this song. Oh, Money on My Mind by Upsal and Abso Facto. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard this song before. But it's like really calling my attention for something. I'm not sure. Okay, she's saying something about thinking about you all the time, something, now you had to go kill my vibe. I don't know what that means. Interesting, but, I was just talking about the psychic connection of a twin flame journey, or the spiritual connection of a twin flame journey, and that is kind of the energy that, again, it's just weird that it's coming through, and also she's kind of calling it bullshit in the song too. So, take that however it resonates. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right, let's see what's going on. Almost let you go and kill my vibe, something. Ever since you left the picture now, baby, I'm thinking about myself with money on my mind. Interesting. So the first one was karma. Somebody's trying to come back after they thought they found something better. Now she's saying what? Like, I got money on my mind. Like, I don't really want to talk to you. I don't know. So whatever the situation is. Okay. So I feel like that Nine of Wands goes over here because it really ties into this energy here for me where this is a situation that's really dead or dying or something. But again, I thought it was until this card came out, which is talking about like a telepathic connection where you're feeling the person around you all the time. And you've got this Nine of Wands, which the energy of the Nine of Wands in traditional tarot is the message of don't give up. It's like the wounded warrior. It's like you've been through so much war that you're like battered and bruised and bloody, and but you're like dragging yourself, to the line that has the other soldiers, right? Like if you're in war, like I don't know what it's called, but like the trench or whatever, where your team is going to be. So you're like barely making it to the Ten of Wands, because that's what the Ten of Wands is. It's where you're finally at the end, or you've met your team and you're able to, rest and put down your burden, right? Or get help for your injuries. And so this energy perfectly ties in right here where there's been quite a bit. You bloody bruised. Hold on, we got another song coming through. Survivor by Pop Evil. Interesting. As I'm saying that, you're bloody bruised, and the song Survivor coming, and that's literally the energy of this card. Come ride with me. Hold on. Been through hell and back. Don't need your sympathy. Everything I wanted is right in front of me. I'm a survivor. Come ride with me. Okay, so interesting. You're like close to the end of the line. You're close to being able to heal. You're close to being able to put down the burden. Don't give up. Whew. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, and the Three of Pentacles. Dude, I think your person is going to come back. I really do. And I feel like they're saying, give them a chance. Oh my God. Give them a chance. You're probably hurt. You probably don't want to. You're probably angry. Based on the music, like you probably had to really pull yourself up by the bootstraps to get yourself to where you are. And you're probably feeling like, who the fuck do you think you are coming in to mess up my flow? I'm happy. I'm healthy. But this card right here is going, keep an open mind. King of Cups on the, oh wait, hold on. King of Cups, King of Wands, Queen of Cups, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Hermit, and then the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. This is the end right here. Oh God, look at all these major arcana. Oh my God, this reading. All right, so we're going to go from the bottom of the deck instead of pulling more cards. Obviously, there's two people, well, three people. Obviously, we knew that. Again, one person left, thought they found something better, now they're coming back like, I'm so sorry. What was I thinking? You've got two water signs and a fire sign. Now, what's interesting about this, anyone who reads tarot knows, if you have the king and queen of any element come out together, that is a pair, that is a match, that is a natural match, that is like a twin flame match, a soulmate match. This is energy that is very complementary to each other. They understand each other. They get each other on a soul level. They belong together because they match in energy and everything. However, this King of Wands got in the middle of it. Who the fuck is the King of Wands? So this is obviously a fire sign, probably Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or just someone who demands a lot of attention. Someone who is, you know, maybe a little arrogant, egotistical, probably charismatic too, popular, because the King of Wands is, I mean, it's Horus, right? The sun god. It's the sign of Leo, which is what, you know, anyway, the King of Wands is. But so a fire sign got between, or somebody who is demanding or demands or gets a lot of attention got between this couple, right? This couple that's meant to be together. And then we have the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Hermit. So it actually goes this way. But I'm going to read it this way because I'm going backwards. So the Magician, the Magician talks about, like, how do I get what I want? This is your, these two cards right here is all about, you know, going within, using your intuition to your benefit, right? So let's get close-ups of these cards. Using your intuition to your benefit to discover exactly what your soul needs to be healthy, right? So it's talking about going in and doing like ceremony or spiritual work with these two cards to create what it is that you want. If you're a cross-watcher watching this, I feel like that was a special message for you. But if you're the one who's like the recipient of this energy, this is saying, it's tying into this lavender aragonite over here where it's saying, give a chance. Like, because here's the thing, if this is your person, if this is your match because of that King and Queen of Cups, if this really, and you've got the song Go Hard, holy crap. So, and I'm not surprised, Go Hard by Juice WRLD, I'm not surprised that this song is coming through at all because we have Scorpio energy on the table, okay? Being the King and Queen of Cups, that's water energy, which is Scorpio energy. It's really Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but Scorpio, like every time I hear this particular song, Go Hard, this is Go Hard 2.0, just to be specific, where it's just saying it over and over, I go hard. Anyway, every time I hear this song, it makes me feel like I'm in Scorpio energy because that's literally like anyone who has Venus in Scorpio in particular, but any Scorpio placements or even Venus in the 8th house it would still be the energy of Venus in Scorpio because it's in the 8th house, which is the house that Scorpio owns. So this is like deep scorpionic energy, particularly with this song, right? Like I go hard. I know he's talking about like dope and different things like that. But when you're talking about a love or romantic reading, when you go hard, like that's Scorpio is very, not really obsessive or well, kind of. They're kind of obsessive and controlling. Like they go really hard. Like once they commit, once they connect, once they love, that's it, right? Like there isn't anyone else for them, period. So it feels like that's the energy here. Like maybe you're angry, right? Like you already know that this is your person and there's never going to be anybody else that you'll love like that. But you're angry because of all the BS from before. And so now here they are coming back in and you're like, man, and God, I'm surprised Ashniko, I think Cry is the name of the song, where she's like, bitch, are you trying to make me cry? Are you trying to make me lose it? I can't even remember all the words, but that's kind of the energy of what I'm getting here, where it's like, wait, the lyrics for that song are, bitch, are you trying to make me cry? You're trying to make me lose it. You win some, you lose some. This could get gruesome. And so she's talking about somebody coming in and pulling at her heartstrings, trying to like attract her or make her fall in love with them. And she's like, what, are you trying to make me, like, are you trying to hurt me, basically, right? And so that's what I feel like when this person comes in. You might feel like that, but they're saying give it a chance anyway, because this is your person, and I think you know that you're probably going to love them forever and nobody else will ever do, especially because you've got the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the King of Pentacles, which is interesting to me because they're depicting Shiva on this one, which is chaos energy. Or, well, it's not really chaos energy. That's when he puts his, the way the statue, typically he has, he controls the chaos, right? That's what his foot is representing. And I can't remember in fact, I need to look it up. Hold on. Just because I don't want to give information that's wrong, because that can be offensive. So give me 1 second, because I want to be very clear when it comes to, he's the supreme God. Hold on 1 second. So this representation is the cosmic dancer. And hold on 1 second. Let me get to where it explains that. Okay, so hold on. I might have clicked the wrong thing. Anyway, okay, so it has to do with his control over chaos. That's why this is considered, this particular stance that he has is considered the cosmic dancer, because it's controlling the chaos, and the chaos is all of this pain right here. And so, and also with the King of Pentacles, this is energy that's in the 3D that has to do with like security, right? So you're never really going to feel fully secure or as if you can overcome or control this pain here until you control the chaos, which means that you're going to have to do your shadow work in terms of this relationship so that you can decide whether or not this is a good and positive relationship for you. Okay, so now, you know, I'm not actually, the song, hold on, the song Wish You Were Here by Incubus is playing in the background. God, you know what? I am going to go ahead and do the charms. I wasn't going to, but yep, I feel like I need to. Damn it. Okay, so give me 1 second to get set up. So I made a new charm board last night. And when I made this one, I knew, okay, so when I bought this box, right, I knew that I was going to use it for charms. I just wasn't sure what type of charm reading I was going to use it for, and it ended up turning into a chakra charm box. And so that's how we're going to read today. So this is the moon, this is the sun, and then we have all of the rest of the chakras represented, but I'm going to read the moon as the earth star chakra as well as feminine moon energy. And I'm going to read the sun as the soul star chakra as well as masculine sun energy. This will be the root chakra. This is the sacral chakra. This is the solar plexus. This is the throat chakra, heart chakra, third eye, and crown. Okay? So we have the song I Loved Her First by Heartland playing in the background, so however that plays into this reading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the charms first, and then after I'm done reading the charms, we'll go ahead and toss some astrology dice on top of that to enhance the reading a little bit more. All right. So interesting, I kind of tried to scatter them and they all seem to fall, if you can see that, on top of the moon. or most of them, fell on top of the moon. So this is going to be energy where you need to be receptive, creative, nurturing, intuitive, and feminine in nature, right? You don't want to be aggressive in any way. You want to sit back and allow things to flow towards you. And so I say that because we have the bow. This can be communication. The bow is actually connected to the bird that's still in the cage, and that is sitting in the throat chakra sphere. And so there's some sort of communication coming in that is a gift, probably on Mother's Day, because I am filming this just about a week before Mother's Day. So you'll probably receive some sort of message, some love message, from your child, because we do have the child riding a bike here sitting on top of the peace sign. So, I feel like there's going to be peace in the family. There's probably, like I said, a lot of love messages coming in towards mom this week. That's more than likely the reason that this fell right in the center of this particular charm reading. We do have the ship with the mermaid, and then we also have the peace charm and the lion. Okay, very interesting. So there's a lot of peace, love, fun, joy, children energy coming through. Also, some of you may be going on a cruise because we have the mermaid and the ship, but this could be like emotional stuff where you could be like, there could be some sort of really good, yummy emotional stuff, or an emotional breakthrough for somebody, because we do have the peace charm twice. Like maybe if your family has been struggling, especially if there's a Leo attached to it in some way, or your children have been struggling, there's peace to be had this week, especially with Mother's Day coming in. All right, so now we're going to go up to the top left-hand corner, which is where I've been feeling called to start today. So we have the feather in the top corner, and this is in the solar plexus and sacral chakra areas. So this is talking about you need to say something, you need to speak in some way. You take that however it resonates, you'll know what that is. Like, how am I supposed to know what you need to say, right? That's all I can tell you. You know whatever it is, however it resonates, you need to be the one to speak. So we have this sword sitting on the sacral chakra with the solar plexus chakra. So the sacral chakra is a water chakra. It is the chakra that has to do with like love, romance, sex and sexuality. And so to have the sword here, I feel like this is saying that you may have to cut someone out of your life. Maybe there's someone that is like a sexual partner, a romantic partner in some way. Like you may have to cut them out of your life. You do have the hourglass here with the star charm. So I think it's sitting so close to the the sacral chakra with the solar plexus. I feel like it's saying, keep going with whatever creative thing that you're doing, because you'll get recognition, but the star wasn't right next to it. So I feel like the recognition is still a little ways off. Like you need to keep going, keep going. Okay, so we have the dollar bill with the number 10 domino, and that number 10 domino is actually 2 5s. So the number 5, the number 55, the number 10. When the dollar bill is in the reverse, that means there's some sort of loss that you will have to take, or some sort of expense. It's not going to be large, because this is the lowest denomination of dollar bills that I have in my charm bucket. So, whatever there's some sort of change that you need to make that you may have to pay. There may be an expense or something, but I think it'll be abundant, because again, that's a 10, right? So you may have to pay, like invest in or do something to change something, pay for some sort of change now that will be abundant later. And then we have the $20 bill in the reverse sitting on top of the airplane. And so I do feel like you may have to travel. There could be like some travel expenses coming up for someone. So, save your money for that. And then we have the number 9 domino sitting on the solar plexus. And then I also want to bring up the other domino that's sitting on top of the sun, just because the solar plexus and the sun are so closely tied. So we have the number 9 domino and the number 7 domino. Now, these are made up of the numbers 6 and 1. So 6, 1, 61, or 7 is important. in terms of what you need to do, what you need to go after, how you need to be aggressive, because this is the sun, this is masculine energy, this is also the soul star chakra. So this is your connection to the divine, because this is also a number 7 with the domino. So if you are trying to connect to the divine, you need to get aggressive about it. You need to put more work into it. You need to be more active. But over here, where it comes to number 9 in the solar plexus chakra, that has to do with, it's near the third eye chakra. So this is like intuitively seeing an ending coming, or intuitively seeing that you need to end something. That and so the numbers that are connected here are it's the number 9, the number 6, the number 3, and the number 63. However that resonates. Could be your birth year, could be your favorite number, it could be your address, it could be something. All right. So we have in the root chakra, now we have the dog, the dolphin, the pentacle, the boot. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It looks like some sort of weight. Hold on. And then we have the song I'm in Love with Somebody. Hold on. Or excuse me, It's Not You by Hailstorm playing in the background. Okay, so this is still the same reading where someone is coming in and going like, oh, I made the mistake, I made a mistake, I made a mistake. And now we've got a song talking about I'm in love with somebody, but it's not you. Interesting. I'm not going to delve too far into that, but it's interesting to me. Okay, so dog, dolphin, pentacle. This is like loyalty, protection. Like, actually, with all of this, I feel like you have the loyalty of someone around you. Like, because that's what dogs are. Like, dogs are your best friend, right? So it's like joy, protection, loyalty. There's also like they're going to hold you down because of this weight. They're going to work with you. They're also, your best friend will also help spur you into motion. It could be a Libra, because we do have the Libra charm here, sitting with the palm fronds and sitting on top of the charm that says smile. It's the same in all languages. And then we have another bundle of grapes here. There's a lot of abundance here attached to either, oh, excuse me, these are the scales of justice. This is not the Libra charm. These are the scales of justice. So, okay. Interesting. So there's like some sort of loyalty, protection, hard work, balance. The only thing that's throwing me off here is this charm that says smile. It's the same in all languages. It's like, I always feel like, you could be dealing with somebody who speaks another language when that charm comes out, but I'm not sure how that ties in with like all of this other energy. Like maybe there's something going on for somebody in the legal field, and like your friends may be very loyal, maybe helping you, like there could be a lot of work attached to it. But there's also joy that like your friends are holding you down, they're spurring you on to keep going. You've got the great bundles twice. Like this is all very positive energy, and the scales of justice do bring in like something that's fair for you, or fair and just for you. So however that resonates. We have to believe in love also. So again, that goes back to, giving it a chance, that was coming out with the purple aragonite. So we've got the flower here that came out on the in the area that's kind of a mix between the heart and throat chakras. So maybe sending someone a gift of love is a good idea, to let them know that you recognize them, or that you appreciate them, I should say, with this sun and star. Then we have the feather and the butterfly. I feel like someone in that's watching this reading, like they had some sort of like, there's some sort of transformation that they're going to be revealing. This is weird. This is a weird one. I feel like it's a reveal or something. Interesting. Let's go ahead and get some astrology guides. We've got Jukebox Hero by Foreigner playing in the background. Ooh, did you see that? I didn't mean to do that, but when I did that, it knocked the, oh, interesting. Okay, so for somebody who thought they were going to have travel plans coming up, it may not, they may get kind of blown out of the water. They may, I don't even know where the airplane went after that, because the dice, threw the, geez, I don't know where the airplane, oh, it went all the way over here. Okay, so something about your trip, because this fell like this, out of the thing. It literally kind of flew out. So maybe you don't need to worry about money when it comes to this trip. This is so weird because look, we do have the 8th house with Virgo. So it's possible that maybe when it comes to this trip, because the airplane came all the way over here and it landed next to this sword. So I'm just going to read it the way I feel it. Like there was some sort of trip plan, some sort of expense for a trip plan, or maybe you thought you were going to lose money on a trip or something like that. But maybe the solution is to switch whoever it is that you were supposed to go to, switch whoever it is that you were supposed to go with, because you do have the sword with in this. Remember when I was saying with the sword that it was talking about like a romantic partner that you might need to cut out. So if you and this romantic partner were supposed to go on a trip, you may need to exchange their ticket and give it to somebody else or something. Take that however it resonates. For Saturn, we have it coming out over here with the throat chakra and the crown chakra. We also have the 9th house charm over here. So I feel like this is saying, share your wisdom, share the experience and the knowledge that you've learned and gained, throughout your lifetime, whether this comes with travel. It could be attached to foreigners because the 9th house does have to do with foreigners. And remember, we do have the smile. It's the same in all languages. So you could be dealing with someone from another country who might be very, possibly they're Sagittarius. And look at the 9th house and Sagittarius. I do feel very much like you're probably dealing with someone who either they speak 2 languages, they're from another country, there's something that they're different from you in some way. You might need to share your wisdom with them. You could be traveling for work to share your wisdom. And we do have Neptune down over here with the root chakra. So Neptune is all about like dreaming, but it's also about like confusion and naivety, right? And it was kind of coming out in the reverse. So I feel like this is saying this is like an end to confusion, especially if this is like travel for work or something, using your wisdom, sharing your wisdom with others. The Neptune down here could be saying like, be careful to double check your facts, right? Because there is confusion attached to Neptune, like naivety attached. So especially if you have to travel, like if you're being offered a job or you're going to have to travel to work, really check your facts, because you don't want to go into it blindly and end up finding out later on that there's something that you are not cool with, that's attached to whatever this chart. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave it here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stay tuned. There will be a reading here for you on the channel. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever you can to help me out as I'm new here. And thank you. Thank you. Hi, group 2. How are you? So give me a second. I don't really want to shuffle too much because it makes the camera shake, because the thing that's holding my camera is sitting on top of my table. So I have to shuffle off camera. But I want to use the same oracle deck that I used for this one and for your reading. So give me 1 second. All right. So let's see what's going on with you. So this is the Queen of Regret. So obviously we're already starting off with Probably not the best reading for romantic reading. And obviously, there's something that you regret. We're going to see what it is. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay, so I apologize for that. I had to cough real quick. So we have the Eye of the Storm, Shivalingam, and Kumbhava Jasper. And right off the bat, I really feel like there's ancestors coming through, like huge, big time with this. This is very, very strong, like, so we have the Queen of Regret. And with all of this energy, I'm not going to lie, these are meant to be love readings, but that doesn't, I feel like there's like ancestral trauma coming through. And like maybe this made it hard for you to be in a relationship. I feel like that's what it's saying, like, because you didn't know how, because the role models, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, whoever, the role models that you had in your life. Like, I feel like this side would be the feminine side over here. This side would be the masculine side. And then in the center is the relationship, right? This is all like, it's not talking about your relationship. I feel like this is talking about an ancestral thing that somehow played a role in the downfall of your relationship. And that's the reason that this Queen of Regrets is here. And then we have Preseli Bluestone on the very bottom of the deck, which, so that's important to me because if you look at all of these stones, not only do they all have a particular pattern, but they're all like, they all deal with like really ancient. In fact, Preseli Bluestone, I believe, is what Stonehenge is made with, or one of the sacred sites in England is created with this. And so I'm actually going to put this here because it just ties in. We've got all of this like ancient energy. We have, okay, we've got Smoke Break by Carrie Underwood playing in the background. So like literally, like, I don't smoke, but sometimes I need a smoke break. So that's the energy of like, man, I've been through it, right? Ancestral trauma coming to play in your current relationship. And now that left smoky celestial quartz on the bottom of the deck. And so this is a crystal that typically would be used in trying to access like the Akashic records, but smoky quartz is it's a stone that can transmute lower vibrational toxic energies, for healing. And so if you're talking about ancestral trauma, feeling like you've been through it and you need to take a smoke break, even though you don't smoke, right? And you know what's so funny about this? Let me just tell you guys, like anybody who thinks these readings are bullshit, right? Like when I came into this back in to continue reading this, see, I went out to take a smoke break because I've been sitting here reading these cards for a while. Like literally, I went out to take a quick smoke break. And when I came back in, that's why I was coughing. And like, unless Pandora is sitting there listening to me, light a match, because how else would Pandora know that I was taking a smoke break? at all, even with me coughing, right? So it's just hilarious that that's what's happening in my life and how the music is playing. And so I don't know why I felt the need to sort of like defend these readings and the way the music comes through and the messages coming through, but maybe there's something about that as well that's kind of at play, where maybe in this ancestral, because that's like a way, it's like a form of narcissism, right? It's a form of gaslighting, this questioning yourself all the time, right? Or questioning everything, or feeling like you have to defend yourself. That's like a symptom of narcissistic abuse. That's how you know someone's been in a narcissistic relationship, because they constantly question themselves. Anyway, so, maybe that's the energy that's coming through with this like ancestral trauma that needs to be healed and transmuted so that you can actually have a healthy relationship, probably that you want, obviously, because this is the Queen of Regret. Okay, so we're going to, in fact, you know what? I have 2 decks here that I had set out because I wasn't sure which ones I was going to use, and this is, we've got the dog tarot and the cat tarot, and it's interesting. We're talking about ancestral trauma, and on this, I felt like this side was feminine, this side was masculine. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to use the cat tarot. It just feels right to have the cat tarot as the feminine side, and to have the dog tarot as the masculine side. I'm not sure why, it just feels right to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull cards for each energy to see what's going on, what happened, why are you so regretful, what is this ancestral trauma energy that's coming in and screwing everything up. So, we have Electric Funeral, Black Sabbath playing in the background. Wait. So I'm going to peek at that one. I don't know if you saw it jump or not, but I kind of halfway feel like it might have been a slip of the hand. So we'll peek and we see it is the 8 of Swords, somebody feeling trapped, but we don't need to, we're just going to remember that that was one that tried to jump. We're not actually going to use it as the reading yet. Okay. So just remember someone feeling trapped. That could or could not be pertinent to your situation. So we're starting off with the Lovers. Beautiful card. Very close relationship, obviously. Look at the kitty cats snuggling, if it would. There we go. The 2 kitty cats snuggling. They're looking in each other's eyes deeply. They love each other. They understand each other. Beautiful energy, right? That's what's going to start off the reading, but we're going to do a 9-card spread. And actually, I'm going to put that in the center because it came out by itself. So because we have so much here going on, let me adjust my camera. You're probably going to lose some of the pictures on the cards, and I apologize for that, but we want to be able to see these cards here. So here is, we're looking at the feminine energy. So this is going to be our center card for a 9-card spread. So what's going on with the feminine? This one, I don't think we're going to get any charms with because it looks like it's going to be a longer reading. I apologize for that. Oh, interesting. So the only thing I can say so far about this Lover's card is this feminine would very much like to be able to see things eye to eye, wants to be very close, very close. Look at the way they're cuddling, right? Eye to eye, nose to nose, third eye to third eye. Maybe the feminine was a little too clingy. It's possible. I mean, you never know. I'm just going by the imagery. I'm so used to holding the cards in one spot to like be able to get them in the camera. I forgot I moved the camera. Okay, so now we have the Six of Pentacles. I'm actually going to do this like this. I'm going to have to move some of these out of the way. All right. Okay, so so we have a Fire Queen on the bottom of the deck. It could be that the feminine energy is probably very fiery. It could have been a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Does not have to be. And I'm saying could have been. I'm saying things in the past tense because I'm not looking at the current relationship. I'm not looking at whoever it is that's watching this reading. I am not looking at your relationship. I am looking at your ancestors being either your parents, grandparents, or great-grandparents, something like that. Because this is a situation where you have ancestral trauma that is related to like marriage trauma, right? Relationship trauma that's coming through and messing things up for your relationship now currently. So again, just to reiterate, this is not your relationship. This would be one of your ancestors being your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, okay? So the feminine side was possibly very fiery, demands a lot of attention, also very, also very intuitive with the moon. Okay, prone to outbursts. Hold on. Then you've got the High Priest. Oh my God, this is all major arcana energy with the Earth Tom and more major arcana. Good. Okay, so whoever the feminine energy was in this relationship, they were probably very important, they're very dominant in some way, probably a leader in some way because we have all major arcana coming out, okay? So this means that this person, maybe that they were very important to you. Okay, so if you see all of the fireworks and stars, oh, hold on, we have Imagine Dragons with Bad Liar in the background. Interesting. So you see all the fireworks and everything in the background. So this tells me maybe the feminine was popular in some way, right? They got a lot of attention for being fun or charismatic or something, because that's what, you know, fire signs are typically pretty charismatic. And then again with this moon card, obviously this is intuition, although this cat is stalking something, and so it's like he's in a predatory stance there, but this has to do with, look at the way his eyes are glowing, right? So he's maybe maybe the feminine was trying to, I don't know, like searching out information from like spiritually, or like trying to, because you do have the High Priestess, right? So we've got the moon, the tower, and then the High Priestess. And so this is energy of intuition on either side of the tower, but it's like trying to avoid or trying to intuit disasters. So whoever this feminine energy is, like they're very charismatic, probably have a lot of friends, but maybe they're worried all the time. It's kind of how I feel, because we do have the Chariot, the Earth Tom carrying a baby over this trench here, right? So, and then, okay, so we're going to get to these two in just a second, but with the Chariot is a card of turmoil or overcoming turmoil. And so that's what all of this energy is here. And so whoever this person is, like, maybe they're very fun-loving, fun to be around, have a good, very happy-go-lucky personality, but they worry a lot. Because they're trying to avoid disaster. Maybe they've had a lot of disaster in their life. Maybe they, with this, maybe they've lost their home, they've lost their family was scattered in some way or something like that that caused trauma. And so that's why they're always trying to see the bad thing before it comes, like intuitively, so that they can, avoid the disaster, right? Because the chariot is not only overcoming turmoil, it's a card of movement. As you can see, this chariot looks like it's going really fast, and it kind of looks like the dogs are a little bit out of control. You see the dust kicked up in the background, but then here we see a daddy cat taking the baby and carrying it over this trench so that it doesn't fall in and get hurt, right? The daddy is protecting the baby. And so it could be that maybe the feminine had an issue where something happened with the family, with dad in the family, and it scattered the family for some reason, because that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting here, where the family is scattered. So it could be maybe dad died when the kids were young, or something that I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of what this energy is. I'm trying to avoid all of this bad stuff so that I can rush in to save my child, or whatever this energy is, right? So that I can protect myself, or whatever. Okay, interesting. We have the song "Fine Again" by Seether. And so if you look at the imagery here, we've got two more major arcana now. And remember, this is all major arcana energy coming through. So this was something major in the feminine ancestor's life that was a huge trauma that caused all of the issues that you are having now. But also because the major arcana here, I feel like this person is either very popular, very important, something, right? They get a lot of attention. And so when you add this imagery into all this fear, like I'm constantly worried, I'm constantly trying to ward off a disaster. I feel like they're trying to predict disasters, right? Because the high priestess and the moon, the way the moon is sitting. So anyway, and then it's funny how we have "Fine Again" that came through just as this particular card comes through. Look at the spirit cat standing over this kitty cat, and the term is "good kitty." It almost feels like a parent comforting a child, right? And then we have the Hermit. And I feel like this is the energy that happened after healing, or happens after healing. Like maybe you need to go in and have this healing. It's possible that your ancestor also went in and did some healing, but the damage was already done by the time they did that. And so now you're having some issues in your relationship. Yeah, and then look, we have the Five of Fire, which is, competition, arguing. The Nine of Swords, the Nine of Cups, sorry. She's dreaming. So, and then the Queen of Cups. And then look at the Sky Kitten. This all looks happy as well. This poor kitty looks like they need to have patience, right? Patience for the stuff that's irritating, but right here. So I feel like this is kind of playful because these are all kittens that are from the same, like they're all siblings. And I feel like this is what someone is dreaming of, like having family. So the feminine side is dreaming of like family. Dude, what are these cards over here? I didn't even see these cards that fell over there. Okay, hold on. So I didn't see these fall off to the side, and I do kind of feel like it's a different message. I mean, like it's still tied in, obviously, but it's like another message that's talking about like. So you see all the cat prints on these stepping stones. So I feel like this is family energy, kind of like how if you own a house and you put in a concrete sidewalk, people will go and put their handprints or sign their name or something. And then there's this sudden something that's like an emergency, right? So it starts out good, right? It starts out with the Earth King, which is the King of Pentacles. So it starts out secure. You're like building this foundation. You're putting in your cement, whatever, right, around the house. And then there's this catastrophe. It could even be a fire. And then you have this Hierophant card, which is like the energy of maybe you have to go and stay with someone else, like someone comes in to help you out. Because look at the background, it's like a really nice palace, right? And if you see this one up close, this is a palace as well, but this one burns down. So you're going from one to the next, some sort of catastrophe that moves you from one to the next. But then it's like, once you get to this one, right? And also the Hierophant also talks about marriage. So there's this catastrophe that moves you from one house into another house, but then I think it's a marriage that ends up being a family because like with kids or something. That's what this energy feels like, these three cards. This is the Two of Cups. And this one is the Eight of Pentacles. So a relationship, a romantic relationship. Hierophant, in a romance reading, it talks about marriage, especially when you have it with the Two of Cups. And if we had the Ten of Cups out here, it would even more confirm it. But then the Eight of Pentacles talks about like working. Like this is energy of coming together to work on something. And then you've got this Queen of Swords who's just sort of watching over the babies. I don't know. I think it's another message, like for the feminine, take it however it resonates. There might be some catastrophe that moves you from one house to the next, and that's going to bring all of this in here. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the masculine side, and let's look at, look at what was left on the bottom of the deck for the feminine. I don't know, that kitty cat just looks so hopeful, right? Anyway, and this is the Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. And remember with that very last message about like a catastrophe moves you from one house to the other, like maybe that's your ships coming in. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the masculine side to see what's happening with your either father, grandfather, or great-grandfather. We have the Eagles, with Desperado playing in the background, so however that applies to the masculine. So we have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. This is like a beginning, right? A very solid beginning, which we also saw with the feminine side. Now, I feel like this is our center card because it came out off to the side by itself. This is the Sea Guardian. So possibly the masculine was a water sign, or it came from like water energy with being, emotional, like, and this is in the upright, so it's healthy water energy. And we do have the Ace of Pentacles. So, they came from a spot of, I really do, like, this is a good, solid beginning. I'm coming into this relationship for the right reasons. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to do this like this. So Earth Alpha Female. And look at the way she's peeking. So I wonder if I kind of get the sense of like whoever the female was, she was very shy. So like your grandmother, maybe your I don't know why I'm saying grandmother. Could be these are your grandparents, but I feel like so and since I already said grandmother, I'm just probably going to stick with grandmother and grandfather for the rest of the reading, even if it doesn't completely resonate for you. That's what we're going to stick with. So I feel like when your grandfather saw your grandmother the first time, he felt that she was very shy. And I also feel like the eyes are kind of standing out here. So maybe there's something about he thought she had beautiful eyes. Excuse me. And then next we have the Seven of Cups. Oh, because all of this in this top row is like what was on his mind, right? Like, because that's typically what a 9-card spread is. Interesting. So he's like, ooh, the possibilities. Because if you look at this dog, look at his face. I hope that. Do you see that? He's like, ooh. He's got that shocked expression. Like, hey, hi, how are you? Okay, anyway. So he's seeing her and he's like, ooh, I like what I see. And then we've got the Two of Wands, and then he's like, okay, now what do I do? Interesting that he's like, what do I do? What do I do? Which way do I go? There's a decision to be made as soon as he sees her, meets her, whatever. So I wonder what's happening with that. Was he already in a relationship or something? Okay. So then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Look at that. Every time I read from this deck, I always see this Seven of Pentacles as, this particular German Shepherd is looking at those bunnies like, oh my God, what a tasty treat. Like I don't know, maybe in some respects it could be friendly, but I don't know. A German Shepherd near all those bunnies just doesn't look friendly to me. But it could be, I guess. He's got his tongue hanging out. But I feel like this is his reaction. Oh. Because, like, this is, like, in the center column, right? Like, this is his reaction to her. He's like, ooh, what a tasty treat. I don't know. Maybe she was abundant in some way. This is so weird because with the females reading, it was like there's all this weird energy, right? This trauma and ancestral trauma that it seemed like a lot of it was coming out on the feminine side. And we're trying to look at what's happening with the masculine, like the grandfather's side. So we have the Four of Swords coming out over here. There's a decision to be made. So if you look at this imagery, you see this particular dog here is kind of looking off into the distance. Like, do I stay or do I go? Do I stay or do I go? So there's something about when your grandfather met or saw your grandmother, it was like, oh, do I stay here? Do I go chase this over here. Like, I'm distracted now. I can't stop looking this way. So we have the Devil card, the Trickster. Trying to get it to focus. Look at his eyes. Maybe your grandmother didn't trust your grandfather at first or something. Or maybe, I don't know, I kind of feel like this is him looking at her. It's almost the way that he's looking, it's like a devious, like a plot, like I'm planning, and then you get to this German Shepherd looking at the rabbits over here like it's a tasty treat, but she's shy. I don't know. It started out really good, like, ooh, he wants her, but I wonder if there's this weird manipulation that happens. Because look, now we have the Four of Cups, and look at this poor dog right here starving. Like, you can see his ribs. He's trying to eat this clam, and this clam's like, get away. Okay. So maybe Grandma didn't really trust Grandpa at first, and Grandpa feels like he's starving for love, and Grandma's like, get away, get away. Okay, we're going to get one more card. This is a very weird and interesting side for the masculine. I feel weird about this particular reading, like I'm not sure where it's going. But we need to finish up the reading. Oh, okay, that's quite a few. It's all right. So now look, we have the Hermit in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. So I think Grandpa wasn't really well, this is for the Grandpa's side, right? The masculine side. So he wasn't really following his, hold on, let me make sure I don't have the whole deck in the reverse. No, I don't. Okay, so it's just some cards that are in the reverse, even though I don't typically read them that way. Look at the Hermit, the Moon, the Tower, the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Wands. Remember that disaster that was in the other? Interesting that that's coming out again. Oh my God, I picked up the wrong deck. Hold on. I wanted to get one more card, and remember here where I was talking about how like Grandpa was starving for love, and maybe Grandma was like, get away, and then I picked up the wrong deck. I picked up her deck. So let's see what's coming out here. So, and we have Metallica, Harvester of Sorrow playing in the background. Ooh, okay, so maybe she did not trust him at all. I gotta be honest with you, especially looking at this one. Like, did Grandpa pursue Grandma a lot? Hold on. Oh, come on, please, focus. Oh my God, come on. Finally. Okay. So you see the look on her face? She's like, why are you bothering me? And then we had this one come out just after that, which is basically the Hanged Man. So she put him on hold for a while or something. I don't know. Like I feel like she just wasn't feeling him at all. Remember this one came out before too, the whole irritation, and I was laughing about it. Like, was she irritated with him when they first met or something? Was she like, why are you bothering me? maybe mean to him a little bit. Because when the Queen of Wands is in the reverse, she can be kind of a bitch. I'm just saying. She's like loud and obnoxious and really fiery and angry. Or maybe that's what your grandmother was like, but grandpa liked her anyway. Oh, I'm so sorry if that's the case. Okay, wait, let's get one more. I'm actually kind of feeling like maybe that's the case. Like, I feel like this one needs to come out. Look at Six of Pentacles. Okay. Dude, Grandpa was like, I don't care. I think he 1,000%. Oh my God, come on, would you focus? Damn it. Like, these are all a bunch of dogs, like, working together, right? That's what the Six of Pentacles is about. Like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, right? So they become their own pack. The dogs would become their own pack. And so, like, this is the energy of, like, your ancestor, the masculine side going, you know, she's kind of a bitch, but I don't care. So sorry. We're family anyway now. I actually feel like I need to now go through and find out how this impacted your relationship, because obviously you're not here to hear about your ancestors. You're here to find out about your own relationship and what's going to happen, or what are the possibilities, I should say, because nobody can really say exactly what's going to happen. We always have free will. Just because I'm reading the cards right now and the energies say one thing right now, that doesn't mean you won't do something tomorrow that could change it. Man, this is going to be a really, really long reading, I just realized. Okay, so let's get some, I'm going to get some outcome here. What's going on? Oh, I feel like those want to come out. I want to find out what's going on with your own relationship and what's the outcome. You've got the Sun card on the bottom of the deck. Very, very positive starting it out. I hope the rest of these cards are just as positive, because that's literally like joyful right there. Okay, we've got the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. I feel like, and because look at this is a journal where there's like ink spilled. Interesting. There might have been something that was said. Oh, I apologize. I keep forgetting where the camera is. I'm so used to recording in one spot. There was something that was said that can't be taken back, right? But I feel like this is the energy of I'm definitely willing to work on balancing this out. Although I gotta admit, you do have this cat that's jumping onto, because if you can see in this particular card, you see she's balancing on a teeter-totter and the cat is jumping on it, getting ready to throw her off balance. So, very interesting. Let's go back here. Something was said. Something very damaging, obviously. Possibly it was something that was meant to be private. I just got to read it the way I see it and feel it. Maybe it was something that somebody wrote in their journal that was not meant to be read by anyone else, and yet I feel like maybe somebody went in and read it anyway, and now that's what their heart feels like. You see that ink stain on that nice duvet or whatever this is? Looks like a very expensive bedspread, duvet, whatever. Ruined. 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 Simply because I feel like somebody violated somebody else's confidence. They violated somebody's privacy, something not great, and it caused heartbreak. Look at over here, you've got swords inside that Valentine, or this box of chocolates. And then we have that raven flying in through the rain. So ravens are messengers. Rain is emotions, right? So again, emotional messages, emotional words. Someone feels like their heart has been just Like, I feel like because this is sitting inside of this box of chocolates, I feel like maybe someone felt like their gift was not appreciated, or their gift of love, or like they gave someone their heart and it was torn apart by something that was said. But I feel like whoever discovered this information did not have a right to it. I don't care if it was information about you, if somebody wrote something in their journal, if somebody has something in their private phone or on their computer or someplace that does not belong to you, and you did something to breach that trust or cross that boundary, which I very much feel like it happened in this situation here. If you have done that in any way and it broke your heart, you deserve it. I'm so sorry. But I do think you might also be willing, maybe here's the thing. Maybe whatever this was is what pushed somebody off balance, pushed you off balance, right? I don't know. I'm so sorry, but like, I cannot get past this. If you were snooping, spying, doing anything in any way into something that was not your place to be, getting information that was not meant for your ears, your eyes, your heart, your soul, or anything. It was never spoken to you. It was never meant to be given to you. If you did that and you found out something that hurt your feelings, you deserve it. Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? Why are you snooping into somebody's stuff, right? You want to work on this? You want to balance this out? There's something like maybe when you tell this person that you snooped or you spied or you did whatever you did, they're not going to be happy. You're going to throw them off balance. But I do think you can work it out. And to be honest, these two cards looks like the same person. Hold on, we have So Many Tears by Tupac playing in the background. So why do we have the sun here? I think the sun is here because if you truly want this, oh look, you got the Fool. You got the Knight of Cups, and then you've got the Four of Swords. And look at the Knight of Cups is coming directly for the Four of Swords. This is almost like the Sleeping Beauty fantasy or fairy tale almost, this imagery, right? I'm bringing you my love. She's just waiting for her prince to wake her up. Such bullshit. I'm waiting for my prince. But anyway, so if you really want all of this, you have to admit that you're a fool, that you snooped, that you, I don't know, however you got this information. Like you got the Chariot after that. Like, so I feel like when you profess your love, give this information because she looks the same as her, right? This is going to put your person into this mode. Like, which way do I go? You're definitely going to throw them off balance because the Chariot is about turmoil, overcoming turmoil. But you do have the Ace of Pentacles. I got to be honest with you. I kind of feel like you really stirred up the pot. Look at this next card. This is the Five of Swords. There's regret. Look at her. She's crying. There's regret. There's also defeat here because somebody cheated, did something deceptive, which is, you know, if you're snooping where you shouldn't have been. Ah, wait, look, we got the Seven of Swords and the Justice card. Yeah, if you were snooping where you shouldn't have been, you know, if your feelings are hurt, so sorry, so sad, you shouldn't have been. Your own fault. You stirred up a hornet's nest. You've got this person all up in their feelings and they're angry with you. And I got to say, you've got an uphill battle of work ahead of you. I hope that resonates. I'm so sorry for the way this ended up. You know, I'm just one of those people that, you know, privacy is a huge, huge thing. So if you were snooping in somebody's private space, like seriously, you need to really give that, like, you know, a conversation can be had. Why you gotta snoop? If you are that worried about what your significant other, your partner, or whoever is doing, that you have to get deceptive and all that bullshit, you are obviously not with the right person, or you obviously need to do some healing work on your own. You should never be breaching someone's privacy or trust like that. I don't care what kind of relationship you have, unless it's a parent-child relationship and you're concerned for their emotional health and well-being and physical safety, whether or not they're in drugs or I should say on drugs or talking to, somebody that they shouldn't be or whatever. But if it's like a romantic relationship and you're snooping, you deserve to be hurt. I don't have sympathy for you. I'm so sorry for that. I guess if we part ways here because I hurt your feelings, I apologize. But thank you for watching anyway. All right, so now we're going to move on to group number 3, which is the 7 of Cups. So obviously, beginning the reading, starting right off, when you have the 7 of Cups, you probably have options in your romantic life right now. I apologize for stumbling over my words there. But yeah, you probably have some options and you were a little bit unsure what to do, where to go. So we're going to get some crystal cards. Actually, you know what? We're going to do some choices. All right. So we're going to switch this up a little bit. Move this over here. We're going to put your choices on either side. We'll pull some cards and then we'll do the reveal. Okay? So, what are your choices? What are your options? We have the song Houston, We Got a Problem by Luke Combs playing in the background. Interesting, quite a few cards just came out. And I was trying to, you know what I'm actually going to do, because I was trying to get, actually no, we're going to leave those. That's going to be for the relationship itself. Hold on, my intuition is telling me something here. Just give me a second. I feel like that needs to be like the general gist, whatever the relationship itself. We do have creative energy. This is divine feminine goddess energy, this particular stone. Give me a second to get some more. All right. Well, I apologize for that. I accidentally bumped the table. I'm having a hard time deciding on which deck that we want to use. I think I'm going to use the Game of Thrones Tarot. So we're going to get a couple of cards for choice A, and these are going to be, or excuse me, for what, I don't know which choice is which. You have to decide, by the way, at this point, I want you to decide which choice you want. So you're going to choose between choice A and choice B, or you can choose based on left or right. As you can see, I have not revealed it yet. So let's say if you choose choice A left, and this just happens to be A on this side, then I would say that's a confirmation that yes, you should choose that choice, okay? But let's say you do choice A left, and this happens to be choice B on this side, and the cards support it, right? I should have said that that little disclaimer for the other way, the confirmation that you should pick that choice. But if it's not, like if it's choice B here, you've chosen choice A but left, and you get choice B there, I would say that would be more like, maybe you want to kind of think about it based on what the cards are here, okay? So I'm going to ask, what is the outcome going to be for each of these choices? That's what we want to get here. We have the song Tantrum by Ashniko playing in the background. So for choice left, what is the outcome if you choose that one? Okay. So we have the Two of Coins. We're just going to leave that just like that, turn face up. So obviously, whatever that is, you've got the Two of Coins as the outcome. So that talks about balance. Can also be juggling. So, this is a romantic reading. This one kind of wanted to come out, but it didn't. So I'm going to pull it, but we're going to just pull some more. So again, going back to the Two of Pentacles, because it turned face up, obviously it wants you to know that that's the card that's there for this choice. But here's what will happen with this choice. It's kind of a toss-up, right? That's what the Two of Pentacles is. It's a balancing act. It's a juggling act. It could be a partnership, but it may be a very delicate partnership where you're going to have to work hard. Okay, or be on your toes, be, flexible. Okay, and then we have Knight of Pentacles on this side with the Mystery card. So the Knight of Pentacles is the energy of do it right the first time, pay attention to the details, so that you do not have to go back and fix anything. It's kind of slow energy, very slow moving energy. This could also be someone who is a earth sign. All right. So what is this here? What is the general energy of the reading? We've got Bumblebee Jasper. Very abundant and positive, joyful, happy energy coming right off the bat. Graphic Smoky Quartz. Again, very positive energy. And I feel like I need to do side by side. We're going to do energy, left energy hits the left side, the right energy hits the right side. I don't know why, it just feels right. So now we have happy, joyful, energetic energy with I can never say this right, Sharowite. So this is it's a spiritual crown chakra type of energy, and it's kind of hitting me weird. I feel a little bit like this is inner child energy compared with this Bumblebee Jasper. Like maybe this person on this side is very youthful in some way, enthusiastic or something. And then on this side you have pink granite. So this side here is very grounded, stable, obviously because of the graphic smoky quartz and pink granite together with that Knight of Pentacles. So one side is fiery, childlike, and exuberant, probably very active on this side because we have the Shivalingam, which is masculine type of energy. So very active, maybe even a little bit aggressive, very sexual. And then over here, we also have very sexual energy, but it's a different type of sexual energy. So carnelian is more like, you can see it even in the color. This is more sensual, so this type of sexual is a sort of masculine, aggressive, let me be the one to pursue, let me be the one to woo, let me be the one to seduce, right? I'm going to be the one, I'm on top, right? That's the energy of that. But this energy is sort of sensual and sexy, red lipstick or satin sheets or, long romantic evenings. That's all I'm going to say about that. Long sessions, right? That's what it's also very active and fiery energy, but in a different kind of way. So again, these are your choices. All right. So now we are going to reveal. So on this side, very childlike, fiery, exuberant, also sexual, but in an aggressive kind of way. Very solid. On the right side, very solid, stable. Oh, we forgot to reveal one card. Very solid. Ooh, okay, hold up. Red flag. Solid, stable, but there's some heartbreak. That's probably the reason that they take it so slow. Okay, so I know I said red flag. I have to be honest with you. This side really does not want to get hurt again. But again, very sensual, sexual, but just very, very does not want to get hurt again. It's going to be real, on this side over here, it's going to be really hard to get them to offer you their heart. So take that however that resonates. So here are your choices. So this is choice B. And this obviously is choice A. So however that resonates for you, I don't feel like we need any charms on this one because it was choices. So, I hope that helps. If it does not, please stay tuned. There may be another reading here for you. I don't know what else to say. Oh, please like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friend, whatever you can to help me out, as this is a new channel, and I thank you for watching. Hi, group 4. So we have the 8 of Wands as your card that starts your reading. So the 8 of Wands is all about like messages, fast messages, a lot of communication, talking, things very fiery. And as you can see, this particular card kind of looks like stairs, right? So your relationship could be ascending to the next level. It could be very exciting, very fiery, very exuberant right now. Maybe it's brand new or not. Actually, I don't really feel like it's brand new because look at the fire right there. That's not a new fire. That's a fire that's been burning for a little while. So it's ascending, I think, to the next level. And there's probably a flurry of activity. I don't know who it is that's putting all of this activity into play. We're going to find out in just a second as soon as I shuffle my cards. I'm going to use the... Oh, it's weird. I was actually planning on using some oracle cards, some crystal cards. I did it for all of the other groups, but for I went right to the Game of Thrones Tarot for your reading, so that's, I guess, what we're going with. So let's get a couple cards and see what's going on here. How is this relationship ascending, getting better? Let's see, like, what level you're getting to. Because it really depends on where you're starting from, right? My kitty cat, if you guys hear her meowing in the background, it's because she's decided to come in and visit as I'm doing these readings. She's actually trying to climb up on my lap right now, but we don't want that. So we have the song Hallucinate by Dua Lipa playing in the background. My cat. What? Kitty cat, you can sit there. So she's kind of, oh, sorry. She's like very much trying to get my attention. And so, ow, sorry about that. She just got me with her nail. Like she's really trying to get my attention. And so one of the things that I say about these readings is that I don't ever take anything for granted. And so maybe somebody's really, really trying to get your attention. Maybe that's what this activity is about. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Like she has very sharp nails, and so she kind of got me with one. Oh, interesting. 10 of Swords. Oh boy. All right. So someone is really, really trying to get your attention. Hold up. Let me get one more card. I want to get another one over here because I feel like this is... All right, so I have to be honest. I do still feel like you're ascending to something really good, okay? Which is why I want to get another card here, but I think this is what you have to go through, or this is why someone is trying to get your attention. They are, there's some sort of heartache, deception, someone is a traitor, someone has lied, something, and they want you to stop and like pay attention. So we cannot ignore the theme of Game of Thrones, right? And so this is the flayed man, which is a form of torture, as you know from, sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. I think it's the House of Frey. No, it's not. I can't remember exactly which house this is. But you know, that's what the Game of Thrones is all about. Each of the different houses or the different thrones, they're all fighting for superiority. So, oh my goodness, my cat has now climbed up on my table trying to get my attention. So whatever is going on in your relationship, they're like fighting for superiority. Maybe you've been dating somebody for a while and it's been very clear, you've been very open and honest about, okay, well, you know, I'm not only dating you, I'm dating you and somebody else, right? Or if it's not that you're actually dating, maybe there's a situation where you're like the person that's trying to get your attention. Maybe you're not actually dating them, but they have feelings for you and they're trying to get your attention to tell you that the person that you are currently dating is a traitor, is like competing, so this is, you know, torture, right? Like, it's almost like somebody saying, look, the person that you're dealing with actually has a dark side. You know, you don't actually, like, maybe you don't quite see exactly what you're getting into. Like you may end up feeling flayed to the bone by this relationship if you don't pay attention, or maybe spirit's trying to tell you whatever. Oh God, that's what it is. I think maybe spirit's trying to tell you that you and this person that you're getting hot and heavy with, like this person is actually not as healthy as you think they are. Like maybe they're narcissistic. I feel like that's what this particular hanged man in combination with the Ten of Swords is saying. Because I do feel like somebody's trying to get your attention to say, hold up, wait, stop, think about what you're doing, pay attention to what's going on. Don't you see the torture going on? There's somebody who's a traitor, obviously, with the traitor right there. Like, hello, wait, don't take those steps, don't go towards that bow. Like, especially if somebody asked you to marry them and you're getting all excited and there's a flurry of activity, like maybe this is spirit coming in and going, hold up. I don't know, let's get some. So possibly with a air sign. It doesn't have to be, but it more than likely can be somebody who has money or works with money or something. They're very, you know, abundant. Like Littlefinger, this dude always had some plan in the background, right? Some ulterior something going on in the background, if you remember his story. He was kind of creepy and yeah. So anyway, greedy and just, his character was not a good character. So maybe whoever you're dealing with is, could be an earth sign, because this is the King of Coins. So, you know, that could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I think whoever they are, maybe they work with money in some way, or they have money or something. And spirit, like maybe you're getting ready to marry them, or something is going on, and spirit is, you know, God, whatever you call it, is coming in and going, wait, take a step back. Look at, you've got the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Take a step back and pay attention to the details, because you don't want to have to go back and do this a second time. You don't want to make a mistake that you can't correct, right? You want to make sure you get it right the first time. Especially if this is a marriage and you've never been married before, like you're one of the lucky ones who literally has the option of waiting and making sure that you truly do get it right the first time. You know, so many people have thought they were getting it right the first time, but the reality is that they rushed into something without really thinking about it and really looking at the details. Are your values in sync? Have you really had a chance to see them in high stress situations, to see how they treat other people in those situations? How do they treat you in those situations? Have you really had a chance to get to know this person? Because there's something that you're not seeing that is being called to your attention. Okay, so let's get some more cards and see what it is, what's going on. Okay, so some of those are way too many. We're going to take those two right there and leave these. We have these two that fell. No, I feel like it goes this way for some reason. I don't know why, whatever that means. We've got the Queen of Swords with the Three of Wands. And then over here we have the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. Okay. So this here is energy of, there's like this offer being made that you don't really want, right? That you're bored with, it's just not exciting. I feel like it's saying you don't really want, like it's not a good idea for her to take that cup because it's going to lead to this right here. Which is exactly what we've already seen here. Now, we have to talk about the Five of Cups because as you can see, these cups are still upright. They're still full of liquid. These are the cups that have spilled that she's crying over, right? She's upset about these particular cups, so she doesn't see the positives over here. So I have to say, what this is saying is you're only looking at, okay. So you have three cups that are upright right here. You have three cups that are spilled here, and you're being offered one there. But there are still two cups over here. So if like you, okay, I gotta be honest. I feel like whoever, this is the person that you, especially if you're looking to get married, if you're engaged, if you're like trying to solidify your relationship with this person in whatever way, it doesn't have to be getting married, right? It could be, some other type of long-term, like you're moving in together or something. Whoever this person is, I feel like it's saying, forget that person because you've got two more options over here that you haven't even met yet, you haven't even seen yet, you're not looking at, you haven't given a chance. So especially if this is a marriage, if you're engaged and you're getting ready to get married, or you're trying to or wanting to, whatever, it's a bad idea because you have two other options that you haven't even seen. And then over here, so I feel like this is that person, right, that they're warning you about. And, we got to be honest, there's another person attached here. So this is, I was a very big Game of Thrones fan, and Cersei Lannister, like I loved to hate her. She was my favorite awful character. I call her the bitch queen. Because I wish this would focus. She just was such a bitch, but in a delicious way for a character, right? Like you don't really want to be around that person in real life, but to watch them on screen or to read about their story, like of course it's salacious. You want to know more, right? You want to know what depths of depravity she'll go to next. So I kind of feel like this is the energy of him waiting for her right here. Like even waiting to find out what depths of depravity she'll go to next, whatever that means. I don't know. Like there's something about he's waiting for her. Again, so if you're a person, if you identify as the masculine side, you know whether or not you're waiting for someone else. But if you are the feminine side, the side that's receptive, right? The side that's receiving the offer, because of Sansa in this particular card is receiving the cup. So if you're the side that's receiving the offer, you're going to want to really reconsider because this side over here has another option that they're waiting for. And you're going to end up feeling flayed to the bone at the end of this relationship. if you accept it, if you go forward with it. So I think we're going to leave this here, and I'm actually going to get to the charms. Oh my God, look at, we got the 9 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles with the Hierophant and the Empress, and then the Knight of Coins on the bottom of the deck with Strength. And 10 of Coins, all very positive. Page of Coins, 6 of Cups, very positive energy, all on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this here is you can create your own happiness. Like you know, this dude, if you remember him, he came into the show, he came to the wall. He was rejected. His father didn't want him because he felt that he was too scholarly. He was too soft. He was too educated, or wanted to be too educated. There was just something about him being, of the mind that really, really bothered his family and his father, right? But he ended up finding his own bliss anyway by going and studying. He wanted to be a maester, which is like a doctor or a healer. And so I feel like this is saying you can find your own bliss as long as you're willing to work on it, right? Use your wisdom with the Hierophant, because like this is Varus. He was the master of spies, or he had all of his little spies everywhere, and his network of spies, I should say. And I think ultimately he was on the side of the Empress in the end, but nobody really knew that, until the end of the show, right? And so was, I can't remember her name, but started with a T. Terence, or what was her name? Anyway, very loyal, very steadfast, very strong. They were, very loyal characters, but like in the end, I think they ended up giving their allegiance to the Khaleesi, right? And so, when I talk about there's 2 other people over here that you haven't met yet, I think you are in the center, and these are the 2 people. So one of them might kind of seem shifty, but maybe he's like, I don't know, he's somehow he deals with secrets or something, and then this is like someone who's very steadfast and loyal. But either way, maybe this person is secretive in some way, and this person is very steadfast and loyal. But either way, I think you have 2 other options that you might want to kind of take a peek at, or at least think about. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get some charms. So I made a new a new chakra board, a new charm board. That's the reason I was saying it wrong. I made a new charm board last night. I didn't know what it was going to be until I was done with it, and it turned out to be a board for chakra charms, or for chakra readings. So, I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words. Let me just do the reading, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I do it. So anyway, like I said, when I made this, I didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but this ended up being the moon. This is the sun. Let me get my little thing that I was using. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have the moon and the sun. So I'm actually going to read these in a couple of ways. So I will read this as the moon, or, feminine energy, but also as like the earth star chakra, which would be the chakra that connects your feet to Mama Earth. And then I'm going to read this as the sun, which is masculine solar energy, but also the soul star chakra, which is your connection to sky, or, the sun, spirit. Then we have the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, throat, heart, third eye, and crown. Okay? So after I read the charms, I'm going to throw some astro dice to give it a little bit more depth to the reading. At the end, we're going to let's get it over there. All right, so interesting. Everything seems to be falling over here in like what I would call the active area of the board, right? So meaning that I think everyone is going to have to be active in some way. Like you do have there's some need for communication in some way over here, but like everything seems to be sitting on this side. So let's get into it. We have at the very top, the rose in the reverse, sitting on the solar plexus chakra. So I feel like you may have to end some friendships. Somebody, take it however. Not everybody. If you are not already feeling like you need to end a friendship, do not go and end any friendships just because I suggest this. Okay, I don't know if I did the disclaimer in this video or not, because I hate those. I hate the awkwardness of it. I hate, I feel like everybody's responsible. You kind of already know. That don't do something simply because I say it. Like you have to do your research. You got to be smart. You got to be responsible in your life. Like, I'm not I'm not your prophet, basically. I'm just here to read cards and charms. So anyway, if you've been feeling like you need to end a friendship, it's time to end a friendship. So it can possibly be with a Virgo or a Scorpio, because those are the two astrological signs that came up here. You do have the mountain sitting between the two. So it just very well could be for those two signs, like maybe the Virgo is feeling very creative because this is coming out over the sacral chakra, but it is creative and a little bit stubborn about their creativity. Like stubborn and stuck on the details. But the Scorpio is like, no, and let's be honest, Scorpios can be very controlling anyway. So this does not surprise me that this Scorpio would be coming into like directly in the center of this solar plexus chakra energy, where it's all solar plexus right here, right? So this is all, I want my way, come hell or high water, and there's this mountain in between the two. So how are you guys going to overcome this mountain? You got to get creative, right? Somebody's going to have to give. I feel like this is a standoff, and take it however it resonates for your situation. But that's a standoff. And so we have the sun and moon coming out over the third eye chakra. And so when it comes to this energy here, because it's a standoff, like that's kind of the same thing right here. Like, how are you going to overcome that, right? The sun and the moon are complete opposites, and yet, they have to come together. You can't have a whole without the opposites. Like, it's like yin and yang, right? They have to come together. They're always connected. They're always linked to each other. There's no separating them. And then I want to say another thing about Scorpio and Virgo. While Scorpio and Virgo were initially meant to be a pair in the zodiac, they were separated by, I believe it was Libra. And so, if you look at the glyph for Scorpio and the glyph for Virgo, they're very similar. One looks like it has a tail that comes up, and one looks like it's kind of going this way. And so, again, you're going to have to come together at some point because of this particular charm. So if you're in a standoff, you're a Scorpio, you're a Virgo, or you're in a standoff with somebody where one person is stuck in, like, I want it this way and I'm not willing to compromise, and the other person is the creative one, you're going to have to come together and come to a compromise at some point. Get over it now and figure it out now. We do have the palm fronds, so one person, somebody is going to have to reach out. Now we do have this airplane here. Maybe, I feel like if you're the one watching this and you see this, the airplane is straddling both the third eye and the solar plexus, and it's right next to this palm frond. Like, you are going to have to be the one to reach out. If you're in this tug of war over here, you have to be the one to reach out. Okay. There's more talk of travel with the kangaroo sitting on top of the solar plexus, and this particular charm that says, I will hold you in my heart until I hold you in heaven. So the reason that I say travel is because I live in the United States, and Australia, which is where kangaroos come from, is obviously across the ocean from me. It's in a different complete continent. So this is long distance travel. Also, kangaroos are very, kangaroos can be very dangerous, but they also hop around from place to place, right? So there's this energy of if one person has to travel and is hopping around from place to place, right? They're saying to the other person, like, I will always, like, you'll always be in my heart, even if we're not together, even if I'm not with you, like, you will always be in my heart. Whatever it takes for me to get to you, you will always be in my heart, is what that one is saying. Okay, so the money here, we have the palm fronds, the money, which is straddling both the throat chakra and solar plexus. So this is money in the upright. So I think you're going to hear news of some sort of abundance or some sort of blessing or gift or something coming in. It could be actual money, but it might just be some sort of like gift or some good news that is the answer to a situation, because this is the number 1 domino. That's just a 1 and a 0. So, I mean, it could be a 10, which is abundance, but the number 1 is like a new beginning, a new start, or like single energy. It's even like a yes, right? The key, the answer, the one. Maybe that's what this message is that's coming in. Like someone decides that you're the one, or maybe you need to tell someone that they are the one. Reach out, right? And we do have, oh, look, we've got B. Interesting. Just B. B what? It's sitting in the throat and heart chakra area. So maybe be love, be verbal, be communicative, be kind, be vocal, be thoughtful. Maybe bees are important. Oh, interesting. When I said that, my cockatoo in the background like started screeching 3 times. It was like 3 long screeches, almost like, I don't know how, it was just weird. So I think that's like a confirmation. I do think that there is going to be some loss. Oh, when I said loss, she screeched twice. How weird. I've never heard her do that. I mean, she's only been here for a couple weeks, but I haven't heard her do that before. So maybe there might be some sort of loss or expense. You may get news of some sort of, actually, I feel like it might be a heartbreak, because this is the $100 bill. So it's the highest denomination. So whatever this loss is, it could be a big loss. It is connected, like you could hear about it, but it is connected to the heart chakra. So it could be like a heartbreak that you hear about, something sad, something that breaks your heart. It could be about someone leaving your life, somebody exiting a situation, somebody exiting a relationship because the chair fell in, on its side. And we do have the heart as well sitting here next to the sword with the number 6 domino, and the heart is straddling both the moon and the throat chakra. So I feel like this is someone like you have to, because the number 6 correlates to Venus, which is, love. The sword talks about cutting something out of your life or severing something from your life. And it's something that has to do, again, with the heart and intuition and feminine energy. You have to say something to somebody. Possibly, again, you have somebody leaving your life. So maybe you have to leave someone's life, right? And so, there's like this heartbreak attached to it. There's something heartbreaking attached to it. Okay, we do have the mushroom, the clouds, and the sun over the moon with the earth star chakra. I feel like because they're in the reverse, I feel like it's saying you haven't been grounding your dreams. You haven't been grounding them into reality. You haven't been grounding your dreams, your intuition, your creative ideas into reality. or maybe you don't believe it, you're not trusting it, because you do have the wishes do come true charm that's straddling both the moon and the root chakra area. And so I feel like that's saying, like, you have to ground them into reality. You have to plant the seed and trust that it's going to grow. Interesting. Coming over the sun, you've got the dollar bill in the reverse. You've got the charm that says, be kind, be true, be peaceful, be brave, be strong, be thankful. And then you've got the clothesline, or, not the clothesline, the clothes, what you call it? The things that, the clippy things that hold clothes on a clothesline. Anyway, and that's straddling both the sun and moon. So that's like the connection between masculine and feminine. It's saying it doesn't cost you anything to be kind, to be strong, to be brave, to be a friend, to reach out. Especially if there's like, you're the one that has to deliver this news where you have to cut someone out of your relationship. You have to, with this clothesline, there's something about like, you're like, don't hang someone out to dry. You don't want to hang someone out to dry. I feel like that's what it's saying. Like, it doesn't cost you anything to be kind and avoid hanging someone out to dry. Like, you just don't want to do that to someone. Okay, so we have this branded since 1982 charm with the hurricane and the number 4 domino, which is a number 4 and a 0. So 4s deal with security. Like the year 1982 could be important to you. You could have been born in 1982. Maybe you have the reputation of being a little bit of a hurricane, kind of a tornado. Yeah, I feel like maybe you've been branded as that, but maybe you're actually really secure and stable in some way. We have the purse with the happy sun charm. So I feel like there's some sort of abundance coming in. And then we have the good night moon. I always associate this particular moon with that story, Good Night Moon. It just reminds me of it when I look at it. And so that fell over here with the Star of David, the Eye of Horus, and the I Will. So there's like spirituality. So actually the Good Night Moon charm, because it reminds me of the story, there could be like children, security with children attached, but also there's like protection over that. Like, if you're worried about your children, you don't need to be. I feel like Spirit is saying, or maybe your ancestors, or especially if you have Middle Eastern, Jewish, or Egyptian ancestry, like your ancestors are 1000% coming in to say, I will protect your children, I will protect your offspring. Don't worry about that if that is something that's been like a fear on your mind. Okay, so let's get some astro dice to go ahead and close out this particular part of the reading. All right. So we have the sun that fell over this particular happy sun and the purse down here. So I feel like this is literal joy coming in about money, because that's typically what the purse is about. So like there's either joy or some sort of answers about money coming in. We have the 11th house that fell on top of the area where I was saying it doesn't cost you anything to be compassionate. You don't want to hang your friends, hang somebody out to dry. The 11th house has to do with your friends. So this is literally a warning of, be careful what you say about your friends. Okay. We have the 2nd house that fell over here on the crown chakra with the throat chakra. So, interesting. This has to do with your values, how you communicate your values, what you value, communication, bringing in money in some way. With the Capricorn charm that's sitting next to the bee. So like I feel like this is saying hard work. Because now, like, that's the energy of Capricorn. Capricorn is like one of the probably the hardest worker of the zodiac. Like, they're very competitive. This is going to be the CEO, right? When it comes to astrological energy. And so when you put that next to bee, or, you know, what if it's talking about bees, as in the insects? Bees are just as hardworking as Capricorn. So there's something about a lot of hard work that's coming in, like, put your heart into it, that has to do with communication. So the sun is coming over on top of this right here, where I thought maybe there was some sort of abundance or money coming in, that's like, or maybe something that's bringing an answer or solution. Like the sun brings clarity. And then we have the, this is the charm of Leo. So this is like the sun twice. You actually had the sun 3 times, 1, 2, 3 come out. So this is like a lot of joy, happy, clarity, shining a light on issues. Leo, when it's falling on top of the solar plexus chakra, more sun energy. So Leo is really going to play a huge role in whatever is happening here, but also this is a lot of information, clarity coming in, a lot of action, bringing attention to yourself in whatever way, possibly through your communication. Maybe this is how you're going to, the money is going to be coming in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I thank you for watching. If this did not resonate, please stay tuned. There may be another reading on the channel here for you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever you can to help me, as I am new here, and I thank you for watching.